Welcome to episode 30 of Star Wars Culture Live, a fairly new podcast focusing on Star Wars excitement and connection, your escape pod for hyperspace buzz and fandom fixes. As always, I am Ian, and this is Marty, and this is where the fun begins. Instead of the negativity you often find on the Star Wars side of the internet, we want to talk about the things we love about Star Wars, how it enriches our lives, the community, culture, fans, media, anything at all. So, as always, if you have anything for us, reactions, questions, requests, suggestions for future segments, discussions, anything at all, throw them in the comments and we will see what we can do. Don't forget to check us out on all the socials. We are at SW Culture Live pretty much everywhere. Facebook's a little bit weird, but if you're seeing us on Facebook, you know that already. We are mostly talking about some news today and the latest episodes of Andor Season 2. So that would be episodes 4 to 6. So just if you're watching this and you haven't seen episodes 4 to 6 yet, that is there will be spoilers in this episode. As soon as we get into the news segment, we're going to talk about some stuff in the news. We'll talk about some stuff that happened in episodes 1 through 3. But by the time we get to this discussion segment, that will be the latest episodes that came out last night, actually. So if you haven't seen those, make sure you dip out before then, but then come back and hang out with us while we talk about it. But yeah, so as usual, we are going to start with some quick fun facts about each host. So Marty, fun fact, take it away.
All right, so I know you're a big RPG guy, like D&D and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this a little dungeon crawl game that you can play. You can get it on Amazon or wherever you can get this book. But I've mentioned it before, and it's called 4 Against Darkness, right? You control
Nice.
It's just a solo RPG game, so you can play it by yourself. All you got to do is just roll some dice for your character, like your dungeon, what it's going to look like. You control up to 4 characters. But I only bring this up because someone recently in that group, his name is Jonathan Hunt. He created a fan supplement that turned it all into Star Wars.
Oh yeah, good.
And it's kind of hefty. It's good sized little booklet. So I'll be cracking into that here at some point. I'll kind of update on what I think about it. But yeah, I just want to show that off a little bit. It's called 4 Against the Empire. It says it takes place, as you can tell, during the Empire, and you get to choose your classes of like Jedi, Scoundrel, and a few other ones, but it kind of replaces like your warriors, your dwarves, your halflings, and things like that.
Other like classes and stuff from D&D or whatever.
Yeah, except instead of like going through all of it, like very detailed, it kind of like, so this is who you are. This is like your starting life points. This is your starting credit. So everything's already kind of started out for you with your already started basic needs without having to roll for that stuff. And so it's Jedi Knight, Jedi Counselor, Smuggler, Bounty Hunter, Scout, KX Enforcer, Astromech, and that's it.
Nice.
And then you can go into detail, like if you're a Jedi and you want to be a Miri Allen, that Miri Allen will come with some extra points.
Nice. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I look forward to hearing more about that. And also, I feel like this is a good time to introduce our new rating system. But first, Kit Basher, Andor Season 2 is killing it. Great show. Totally agree. I loved Andor Season 1. I had extremely high expectations for Season 2, and so far, yeah, we'll get into that discussion. But I feel like this is a good time to introduce our rating system. new rating system that Marty came up with. So we have instead of stars, we are going to use Edie's character, Cyril's mom from Andor. So as you can see, so far, I have a. Let's see. I don't know if you. I hope you can't hear it in the background, but there's a monitor going off where there's a toddler crying. So I'm gonna go ahead and rate nights of sleep with the toddler as 1.5 EDs. There's a toddler and an 8-month-old in my house, so I'm gonna rate those my sleepfulness on those nights as a 1.5 EDs. But for the latest episodes of Andor, I'm gonna say it's full 10 EDs for me. Just a full, just an example of how those are gonna work. So we're gonna whip those out, not just to rank episodes or character arcs or whatever, but whenever we feel like it's warranted. So yeah. So that is. Oh, that was Marty's fun fact. Sorry. All right. My fun fact is that I have a sponsor on my social media of a company called Cantina Surplus that makes sabacc supplies, and I just got a new deck of cards arrived from them, and I'm pretty psyched about it. They look, I don't know, you on the app that you showed me, Marty, they look exactly like the cards on the app. They're like the blood and sand colors. So there's like the red ones. My light's weird, so you can't quite tell, but it's like the red ones and then the yellower ones. So the blood and sand colors. And they're like a little smaller, which is kind of fun and kind of good for the smaller hands of the children that I'm playing with in my house. Like I show my kids, I taught my kids how to play, and they like it when they're not allowed to be on screen. So, yeah. The disrespect on the podium. What do you mean? What podium? What did we do? What did we talk about? Did we talk about a podium already?
I don't know. Maybe. Oh, the ranking system.
Oh, the ranking system. Oh, what the Edie's? What's wrong with Edie's? Anyway, that's why I'm excited. Oh, and the last part is that the metal dice are like my favorite part of this. They're like a little bit bigger, and you can see the logos are a little bit bigger than the other dice I have, and you can see it a little bit clearer. So anyway, that was my fun fact. Let's move over into HoloNet news. So as always, we go to the Star Wars Underworld Instagram page. I still almost say Underground every single time. World Instagram page. Star Wars Underworld has all the first news updates and great stuff on here, quotes and interviews and all kinds of stuff. So this is where I go to get my Star Wars news. Start off here. Did you know Erskine Samaj, Mon Mothma's senatorial attaché, makes an appearance in the first episodes of Andor season 2, played by Piero Nielme. Nielme. I'm so sorry, Piero. The character previously showed up in several episodes of Star Wars Rebels, so that's cool. I definitely wouldn't have put that together. It's been a minute since I've seen Rebels, so that's awesome that character is there, but also the little Easter egg that he's actually in Rebels too. So, and they found those two characters don't look don't look too different. Like they found an actor that kind of looks like the animated version, so that's pretty awesome. The happy birthday, Rory McCann. That was 6 days ago. Let's talk about this. All right, here's where the spoilers come in. This is a spoiler from episode 3, so just a little warning. Well, spoiler alert. So we're going to talk about a scene from episode 3 here, where Nick gets a lieutenant from the Empire tries to commit a crime with her, a crime that starts with R. And it's a very intense scene and very controversial. Tony Gilroy discussed that scene with Hollywood Reporter said, I get one shot to tell everything I know or can discover or that I've learned about revolution, about battles, with as many incidents and as many colors as I can get in there without having the story tip over. I mean, let's be honest, the history of civilization, there's a huge arterial component of it, and that's the R word. And all of us who are here, we are all the product of that R word. I mean, armies and power throughout the history have committed that crime. So to not touch on it in some way, it was just organic and it felt right coming about as a power trip for this guy. I was really trying to take a path for Vic that would ultimately lead to clarity, but a difficult path to get back to it. So, yeah, again, that scene, I mean, he's right. If you're looking at history and all the how things happened, how empires were built, how civilizations developed, like there's a lot of that. How's my mic? My mic okay?
From my end, it sounds a little muffly, a little like choppy.
All right, I will try and talk specifically to. Is this better if I talk directly into that? No?
I think we're good. I think.
Okay. Okay. I was turning my head to read, so maybe I'll stop doing that. But the so like if you're looking at how civilizations developed, like that obviously is a type of crime that happened a lot, and Star Wars hasn't really touched on that, at least in the video media, and that's at some point it's gonna come up if you want to be realistic about it. And I thought this was a pretty good way to show that. I thought it was very intense. I thought it added a lot to the story of I think people have probably wondered about that. Like the Empire commits all kinds of crimes. Like the worst people of the Empire commit all kinds of crimes, murder included. And the idea that throughout the galaxy, no bad guys ever committed this type of crime is not really realistic. So I think I appreciate the realism and the intensity of the decisions to go for this scene here. This scene has inspired many different reactions across the internet, and there was one in particular that went pretty viral, where somebody said Vader would not tolerate this, and I thought that was the funniest take that I have ever heard about Vader. I can't think of a take that I've ever heard that I disagree with about Vader more. Like, he went into the Jedi Temple and sliced up some children, and you think that he draws the line here? Come on. Like, that's wishful thinking at best. That's like you are projecting a very nonsensical moral line onto one of the most villainous villains in movie history. And if that's truly what you think about that character, I think you don't. I think you don't understand that character very much. Mm-hmm. What about you? Sorry, I know it's news, but any reaction to these scenes in particular?
I mean, this scene in particular kind of threw me off a little bit, but I understand the brevity of the situation that was kind of built upon in the last episode, and I should have been surprised because I saw it coming. I even saw the spoiler, like, hey, watch out for this, and I watch it. I'm like, it's not as bad as people made it out to be, because nothing happened. And I hate to say that, like, but nothing happened, which is good. But like, people made it like something did happen, and then she started kicking ass. When really, it almost got to that point, and then she's like, no, and then started, getting to that fight. And I was like, okay, so we're fussing about this. I mean, I've seen worse in other television shows.
Yeah, there's Yeah, there's a lot worse. Like the the culprit, the perpetrator, definitely gets further in a lot of other TV shows and movies than he did here. Again, which was a giant relief when we're watching that scene. But like, yeah, I don't. I feel like, especially with people have been clamoring for more adult violence Star Wars content for a while. Like people would totally, like, I remember when there were rumors coming out about a rated R Vader movie or something, and people really wanted that. Like I thought that would have been amazing. Like if there was, they make a kids show, they make that little Star Wars Jedi Adventures show. Like why not have one specifically for adults? Just like, a little bit darker, a little bit more violent. Like just make sure you advertise it as such and let people know. But I thought, I think
it would be kind of iffy on that part, like a rated R Vader. I mean, think about it. We had Deadpool. Look how popular that guy is, and I'm sure we had people bringing their kids to the theater. They probably regret it later, but
I mean they absolutely are not. They are warned against doing that. If you're going to ignore an R rating, I mean that's up to you. But I think it would be cool. Anyway, sorry, that was a little tangent on the news, but Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith returned to cinemas this weekend. It was awesome. I went to see it with my stepson. It was great. It was fun was had by all. Did you get to theaters?
Yeah, I saw it with my wife on Saturday. We went to like the 10:45 a.m. Showing.
Hey, that's what we did 10:10.
It was almost an empty theater, and I really liked it. Like we had a few people behind us, maybe a couple in front, and that was it. So it was nice to have that experience where it's like you're not crowded there, all trying to watch the movie together. But a piece of me felt very happy to watch this because I missed it when it originally released in 2005. I was supposed to go with a buddy. Buddy forgot me, and then I was sad for 20 years.
You said he forgot you?
So instead of bringing me, they brought his sister's boyfriend. And then I guess just forgot me too or something.
My God.
I don't know.
All right, well, I don't want to unpack that on the air. Holy God, I am sorry. No, we went on Sunday, 10:10 a.m. and it wasn't an empty theater. Like there were plenty of people there. It wasn't packed, but I would say at least like 60% full. And people were excited. We brought lightsabers, and we didn't light them up in the dark theater, but it was fun. He obviously never saw it. I was trying to explain to him what the theater was like when these movies were released back in the day. Like there were lines to get in, tons of people were in costumes. Like it's different now. It doesn't happen as much.
Yeah, you're not allowed to dress up, unfortunately, like full facial covering because of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of a certain incident, I believe, that happened around the Dark Knight. I think that was part of it.
Okay, I do remember that. All right. Well, still, Jedi robes, probably fine.
Those people I've seen do.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we wore our normal clothes, but this just brought the lightsabers. As a gamer, I am going to talk about Fortnite a little bit on these news updates here. Fortnite is going to have a whole Star Wars season, which I think is awesome. So they're showing here a Tatooine area and a First Order base will be added to the Fortnite Battle Royale map within the coming Star Wars update. That's gonna be great. Lots of fun. George Lucas was at the TCM Classic Film Festival, so there's a few photos of him on the red carpet doing interviews, photobombing some other people. Yeah. Galactic Battle. There's a new loading screen that tells us that in this Fortnite season, General Grievous is going to likely be a part of the Battle Pass to unlock, which is awesome. I actually agree with this commenter. I need Django and Cad Bane, and my life is complete. Yes, I want both of those. There is a rumor that Django Fett will be part of the game because if you look at Poe Dameron here, he is holding Django's, I forget the name of the blasters, but he is holding Django's twin blasters. So the rumor is that Django is going to be part of the game. Like maybe that's going to be the bonus level that you unlock or something. But yes, please. There's this weird Wookiee character here. It looks like a rebellion protagonist that probably the main battle pass skin. Grievous, Emperor. I mean, Emperor has to be the level 100 that you unlock last. I don't know what else they would do. Usually for battle. Sorry.
So, he's gonna be 100%. He's probably gonna be level 100 for unlimited power.
Unlimited power. Yeah. And usually with battle pass skins, you unlock different versions of the skin. So I'm really hoping the battle pass skins come with different outfits. Like Poe could have just like a different pilot outfit. Like maybe his jacket, his brown leather jacket that Finn wears or something. Maybe Palpatine could have his like senatorial wear, like his chancellor stuff. Yeah, I'm super excited. What is it, like 3 days away? Friday, 2 days away? Yeah, let's go. Revenge of the Sith debuted at number 2 at the box office this weekend during its 20th anniversary re-release. Not bad for a re-release. There's a big speech from the wedding in Andor episode 3, season 2, episode 3. And here's the full Fortnite map for the upcoming Star Wars season. There's a Resistance base and a First Order base up here, and then there's a Vader area, and then like a Tatooine bounty hunter area down here. So for the 7th time on this episode, I'm going to say how excited I am. Happy birthday, Adria or Jonah, the actress that plays Bix. Who else was completely off guard by this reveal? I think we talked about that last time, how the Yavin thing, we were like, oh, wait. This was fun. Hayden Christensen and Samuel L. Jackson took the stage and surprised fans at a 20th anniversary screening of Revenge of the Sith at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood. Imagine you're going to see a movie at a badass theater, and then these two people just walk out and surprise you holding lightsabers.
Just makes it even more badass.
Yep. I hope they stayed and watched the movie. Return of the Range Troopers. Yeah, the Range Troopers that we saw in Solo are here back in Andor. Yeah, Solo shirt, nice. Yeah, it was this guy in the hangar that was trying to shoot the TIE Avenger down, Andor and the TIE Avenger down with a rocket launcher. Very funny scene. I still enjoy that. Yeah, these are very cool. This is a cool take on the Imperial Stormtrooper class. I like the fur on the shoulders. It's clearly cold weather situation. Brasso appreciation post. This fan poster for the 20th anniversary of Star Wars. Look how cool that is. Like they make Darth Vader form out of lava with the Duel of the Fates happening, or not Duel of the Fates, the Battle of the Heroes happening right there. Very cool. Tracking to earn between 21 episode 3 Revenge of the Sith tracking to earn between 21 and 23 million dollars at the box office this last weekend for its 20th anniversary, making it one of the most successful re-releases ever. I am very happy to hear that. All the kids that were obsessed with it growing up are now grown-ups going to the theater for the re-release. It's great. It's the dream. Fortnite is teasing that a Darth Vader car will be coming in the Star Wars update. Fortnite now, it's not just a battle royale game. There's a racing mode, and since Epic also owns Rocket League, they have a lot of crossover with vehicles. Like I have a Mandalorian car. There's like an R2D2 skin you could put on them. So I am assuming that these will be in the shop to buy. It looks like a Porsche, like a little sports car, something.
Yeah.
So that might be fun. I will have to check that out. Saw Gerrera being Saw Gerrera. Rosario Dawson teases the beginning of filming for Ahsoka Season 2 with this new Instagram photo. That's pretty great. That's gonna be a good season. I feel like I can't even wrap my mind around Ahsoka season 2 yet. I feel like I'm so entrenched in Andor and what's it called? Tales of the Underworld, that it's just like I can't even, I'm not even there yet. Like let me breathe, Ahsoka. A new teaser for Tales of the Underworld has officially been revealed, and bringing up Fortnite for the 100th time, the first 2 episodes of Tales of the Underworld are actually going to premiere exclusively in Fortnite on May the 2nd. So if you are able to join some Fortnite, load up some Fortnite that day and join the Star Wars, I don't know, game mode, you can actually watch the first 2 episodes of Tales of the Underworld in Fortnite 2 days before they release for the rest of the world. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I will actually get to do it, but that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I'm down for these Disney collaborations. Another Fortnite update. You can get a free First Order Stormtrooper skin. Already did it. It's in my locker right now. And then Epic Games is teasing more collaborations with Disney in the future. And last but not least, brand new 6-inch The Black Series Orson Krennic figure based on his appearance in Andor Season 2 has been officially revealed. As you can see, he's got that sash and that belt, which is Andor Krennic and not Rogue One Krennic. I guess he ranked up enough or he isn't.
I think that's his party sash from this arc.
Oh, that's his fancy.
That's his fancy
Yeah,
suit.
I think you're right. Okay. From the party. The fancy party.
The fancy party.
A fancy party. All right. So yeah, that's the Star Wars news. Let me know if we missed anything, which is always possible. How is my mic doing, by the way? Is it better?
Yeah, you're doing a lot better, yeah.
All right. I'll listen back after and see what the problem was. I hope it was just how I kept cutting away.
Maybe.
So next up is Marty's segment on this day in Star Wars history. Take it away, Marty.
All right, so this is going to be like 2 separate overlays, but and you'll see why. But today, April 30th, 1999, it is, if it will appear, where am I?
It's there.
Oh, no, I froze.
I see it. Oh.
There it is. See it. It's weird. It didn't pop up on mine. But yeah, on this day, 1999, the first Star Wars Celebration fan convention is staged in Denver, Colorado.
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty cool considering like we just came out of this year's celebration like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. When exactly did episode 1 come out in 99?
May of 99.
So they were getting ready for episode 1 to be released at this celebration. So, yeah. They hadn't seen it yet. That's pretty crazy. Here, I'll get rid of this so we can see the bottom. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. If you're going to ask me where I thought the first ever Star Wars celebration was, I don't think Denver is what I would guess.
And it wasn't as big as it is today. Like it's kind of like your average Comic Cons that we like you would go to like in your hometown or home state. Yeah. Or even maybe I wouldn't say San Diego. That's a little too big.
No, that's too big. They make some big announcements there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Baltimore or
Baltimore. Yeah.
Awesome Con. Yeah. Cool. And on to my little stupid segment. Dad joke of the week. What do vegetarian wampas eat? Iceberg lettuce. So stupid.
Okay.
I don't regret that for a second. All right, let's get on to the meat meat of the show. Maybe we'll stick under a half an hour discussion this time. But Andor season 2, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6. We are going to talk about the last 3 episodes of Andor season 2 that released last night. So if you're not caught up, sorry, I did not mean to click it again. If you're not caught up, don't watch this part. At least not now. Come back, watch it. Go watch the episodes and then come back and hang out with us after. Yeah, all right. So I did like what we did last time, where we didn't go episode by episode because I'm gonna be honest, I was tired last night and they all kind of blended together. But hey, Alphabet Lore, let's do this. Welcome to the show. Haven't seen you around here before. We are about to discuss Andor episodes 4 through 6. So if you haven't seen those, press pause and then come back and watch it. Yeah. So I liked what we did last time. I was tired and didn't. I don't remember exactly what happened in each episode, but I can follow if we go by the character arcs. So I don't know who you want to start with. We didn't see much of Mon. We could start.
Yeah, let's start with her. And right. I just want to say, I just kind of want to get this out there. I understand this, but I personally, on a very personal level, don't get me wrong, did not like the recasting of Bail Organa. I mean, he did fine for like his 3 lines, but like I'm so used to seeing Jimmy Smits on screen as Bail Organa, but then they just throw somebody else in there. It kind of threw me off for a minute.
Okay. Remind me what his lines were about.
It was Mon Mothma, her husband, walking into the party, and right. Bail comes out, and they were just having a little chat about something about the Senate, and then he just walks off. And then,
but luckily, it wasn't that guy. Yeah, wasn't the right guy.
Yeah, so I was just like, I don't know how I feel. I mean, he did all right. Okay, I'll say he did all right, but I have a personal.
We've got a Bail Organa purist here.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna replace a character such as Bail Organa, I mean, I would have done deepfake in my opinion, but that's just me personally.
I guess if it's just for those 3 lines, yeah. Why? I mean, how expensive can it be to be? Alphabet Lore is from Canada. Welcome.
But yeah, she really took a back seat this arc. It felt like she starts out by trying to get everybody to agree with her upon a vote about Gorman, like to stop whatever it was, stop their productions there.
Yeah, I liked that part. It was a very clear. It reminded me of scenes from the Clone Wars that they showed Padme going to different senators and trying to convince them to vote with her. So it was very like it showed a nice view into her political activities. And I can't help but think about what she was saying in season 1 about how if she's really annoying as a senator, like just on the opposite side of everything, no one suspects. Maybe that was it. No one suspects that she's a part of the rebellion. Like if she's actively being annoying publicly, maybe she's not being hurtful secretly, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was waiting for her. There was like, are we agreed that like Tay is probably dead, right?
Yes.
Her friend, like Cinta had him in her vehicle, and then
I feel like
something happened. Sorry, yeah?
Yeah, I feel like Cinta even allured to that when she met up with Vel later.
Yeah.
Like alluded to that.
Yeah, like and there was no fallout from that. I know it's a year later, I know that. But there was no fallout from that whatsoever. Like she's not like it is not mentioned. She's not like mad at Luthen about it. She's not. I don't see any grief happening. I don't. I was surprised. Like that seemed like a major thing. But they're just like, "Oh, we don't have time to acknowledge that. We got to get on to like the next, like it's next year, next adventure." Like,
Right. I feel like there's like a lot of gaps that could be filled in with maybe a short story or some kind. I don't know.
yeah, yeah, like that year. It could be like a comic or something. All right. So where does she end up after all that
So
politicking?
I feel like after the politicking, she kind of didn't come back until the Imperial Gala ball,
Yeah,
trying to just survive that.
yeah. And luckily she was there. I mean, she. Uh, wait, was she the one who was mad about? Man, I guess I was really tired watching these. She the one that was mad that Luthen was there without telling her, or was that was someone else?
And it's funny. I just watched these today, but I was like trying to do
There's
7
so
different
much
tasks at the
info.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to watch them a second time. So last week like the first 3 I'm really solid on because I watched them once for myself at like the night of, and then I watched them again with my wife. Slash, I watched part of the first one again with my kids. So I'm solid on those, but I just went through all 3 of those last night. So yeah, I mean it's lucky she's there. Like she's I think she's uh when Krennic is doing his they're like verbally sparring in the artifact room. I think that gives Clea the time that she needs to remove that thing, that bug. And I wondered if Mon was picking up on the fact that something was going on with Clea, because she had to know. She knows Clea and she knows Clea's on her side, but she can't know about that Imperial guy, right?
I
The
don't think
lieutenant?
she knows. I don't think she knows about Lonnie. I think.
Yeah. I don't think so either.
So I think
Based on how
maybe.
Luthen normally operates, that she wouldn't know. Like they don't
Yeah.
know about the cells, the rebel cells, the plants don't know about each other.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why Luthen's known as the Axis. He kind of does everything by himself separately and tries not to cross pollinate all of his rebellious activities.
Yep. It's smart, but it's also risky because if something happens to him, like in the words of K2SO, the whole system goes down.
Well, this
So,
could be like what makes Mon Mothma the leader she becomes later on is like if something were to happen to Luthen, at least Mon's like, well, I knew kind of about his operations. I could try to run it that way.
yep. And probably easier if I don't have to do it on the side.
Yeah.
While I'm trying to like keep my cover in the Senate.
Because it felt like Luthen
Yeah.
was kind of having issues trying to separate himself a little bit from things.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a good time to bring this up, but I feel like Luthen dies before the end of the season, right? Because he's never mentioned again. He's not in Rogue One. I don't see him quietly retiring into the sunset.
Yeah, I mean, he could also continue playing his part as like the spy we just don't see in Rogue One. Like, sure, the story of Andor, the show ends, but that doesn't mean like the character themselves have to end tragically. Like they could still be doing their thing. We just don't know about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess in Rogue One, it's more like open warfare. there's a little bit of spy stuff, but it's mostly open warfare. Oh, look at this one. Can't wait till B2 becomes K2SO. So you think they take B2's personality and put it into one of those Imperial droids? That'd be interesting.
Huh. That's a good theory. I'll take that. I'll accept that.
His voice isn't the same. I don't know. They have to, something happens to him because he's not super tactical or anything, right? He's not, I don't know.
I don't know.
And he's not Alan Tudyk. All right, so that was Mon. How about Cyril and Dedra next?
I'm not gonna lie. For a minute, I was kind of slightly heartbroken when I thought they actually broke up, according to the conversation he had with Edie.
They fooled me. Yeah, I mean, the relationship was awkward. But so I bought it that it wouldn't have lasted a year because it was super awkward, and I completely bought that it is, and I completely bought that. Yeah, maybe it didn't last another year. And I completely bought that he would enjoy a post where he was actually in command. Those were things that, like, they're selling it. Like, they had me for a little bit, but then once I saw the Gorman front listening in, I was like, all right, wait, this is probably deliberate.
Yeah. Apparently nothing Dedra said to Edie really amounted to anything, it seems like, because Edie's still talking to Cyril the way she has been.
Well, she thinks that they broke up, so there's no consequences for it anymore.
I guess that's true.
So she's not in on the lie. She's just part of the fabrication.
Yeah. Although Cyril does seem to grow a little bit of a backbone, at least over the phone, where he's like, "Now, Mom," and then explains like his side of things, and like he gets a little testy with her over the phone. He's like, "All right," just hangs up before she even says anything else that one time.
Yep.
It's like, "All right, we're gonna do this next." Completely off.
Yep. It seems very. It's played perfectly. Like, the actor, I turned to my wife like 3 times, and I was like, Cyril's doing real good, real well. He's a great actor. I mean, the character is a great actor, like a great spy actor. Mm-hmm. He's doing extremely well, playing his role as like Imperial worker who's like a little bit interested in this resistance that's going on in Gorman. Like, he's executing it perfectly, and got a good job from what's that ISB boss's name? I forget. Game of Thrones guy.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
No, me neither. It's the greatest day of my life. That was really funny. And Dedra's like, "You noob."
Yeah. Although she feels bad though, because she starts to have those panic attacks in the last episode.
Like, yeah, small. I don't know. I'm not sure what those are about. Because remember the ISB boss guy says to her, like, Cyril can't know what this is really about. So she is also, so while she and Cyril are deceiving the world and his mom, she is also deceiving Cyril at the same time. And the amount of concentration that keeping up all of those lies must take up is probably freaking exhausting and panic attack inducing. So I think she cares about Cyril a little bit. I think like, even though she cares about the Empire more and she is willing to like use her relationship to further the Empire's goals, I feel like she still does care a little bit about Cyril, and she's like forcing herself not to.
Yeah.
That's my psychoanalysis.
I did like when he arrives to her apartment. She's like, "You got 2 hours." Or no, you got an hour. And she's like, "Lights off." I said lights off. I was like,
turn the lights off. I was like, oh my god, this is, and by his little smirk, I could tell like this is a dynamic that they are not new to. This is, I mean, obviously that would be the dynamic in this relationship. Look at her and then look at Cyril. Like this, of course, this is how it works. Like, who is surprised by this glimpse into their relationship? But yeah, 1 hour. What? Then where's he gonna go? Where's he? What? Like go hang with his mom? Like,
so I think she kicks him to his mom's.
Oh my
spend
god!
Time because the next scene, it's him eating his cereal right there at their table.
Cereal. All right. We've been going 45 minutes. Let's move on to what do you think? Cassie and Bix?
We could do Cassie and Bix, or we could do Vel and Cinta.
Let's save that one.
Okay.
For reasons. Cassie and Bix. Okay, so biggest thing I want to say here, all the scenes, the acting's amazing. Like the development, like she's got trauma. He is trying to help her through the trauma after a number of years, like, I mean, or a number of months, like how I imagine it's probably very difficult for her to process the trauma while she's stuck, like, in a little safe house, you know, like she doesn't have the full access to resources and a lifestyle that would actually help her process the trauma. But all those scenes were great. I think I was just sitting there being like, I know this is great. I know these scenes are great. I know this is great acting, great drama, great television. But I need something to happen. Let's go. Action. Let's go.
Right.
And his acting as the fashion designer was great. Grand Moff Tarkin just landed a cruiser on a bunch of protesters, I guess.
I was just gonna mention that too. So they, in the show, they call that
the Tarkin massacre.
In Legends, that was the Gorman massacre.
Okay, that's what I was wondering about, because they called it the Tarkin massacre, and it was 500 people. Like, he landed a cruiser on 500 people, and so I was wondering if that was what the Gorman massacre was referencing, or if that was just something like they threw in. So the Gorman massacre in Legends didn't have anything to do with the. Wait, what just happened? The browser. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
The browser lost connection to the camera. Do you see me?
I do not. You look like.
All right. You see Obi-Wan drinking a Jawa cup of coffee?
I do see that.
All right, cool. BRB.
Woohoo! Still.
Nope. Yeah. All right. You talk.
Okay. So this massacre originally started out in Legends. Apparently, it was a peaceful protest too. That this is what was happening on Gorman. Is like the Empire came in, the Gores, as I think their names are, were having a peaceful protest. Tarkin wanted to land right where they are, and instead of moving, he decides to just crush them all, and all 500 of them. And it's interesting that they would still actually keep that as a canon event, just name it something different. So if that was a massacre, I'm wondering what the soon-to-be Gorman massacre will be like. Like that's gonna be brutal. I was just saying, Ian, I don't know if you were able to hear me.
Yeah, I could hear you.
But like I was mentioning, like, okay, so the Gorman massacre must be even more brutal if the Tarkin massacre happened that killed 500 people, and that was the Legends Gorman massacre. So it could only get worse from here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I am based on how they described it in the beginning, like where their drilling is going to destroy the planet, I just assumed that that's going to happen. I assumed that my light is too bright. I assumed that before the show's over, the planet of Gorman is going to be destroyed because of Imperial drilling. I knew you were going to do that. Yeah, I wanted it too. I just didn't feel like fixing it mid-show. I can't not be on the left. I don't know what that is. It feels so weird. But yeah, I think that. All right, 50 minutes. My lightsaber died. I thought the Gorman massacre was the one that's going to happen when the planet dies. I thought that was what the Gorman massacre meant. But if the Tarkin massacre was that one, then I guess Gorman could survive, or there could be just it might all be different than what we're thinking, because the big event, the big horrific event that we all thought this was leading up to might have already happened. So it kind of throws some question marks into the future of exactly what the future of Gorman is going to be in this in canon in this show.
I know we could tell from teaser trailers and things like that, there will be some kind of confrontation between the Imperials and people of Gorman.
Oh yeah, there's something.
So maybe that'll lead to what we would see as the Gorman massacre, or maybe that's just a small skirmish and the real massacre will take place sometime later in that.
I don't know. Last thing with this arc, my wife and I both predicted that based on Bix's behavior, we really thought that she was going to off herself either in this episode or some point in the future. And the very last scene of episode 6 completely took us by surprise. We thought that she was struggling. We definitely did not see her conducting a full-on infiltration operation with Cassian and killing that guy.
Yeah, seriously.
Like taking out the source of her trauma. Like I hope that helps her. I assume it might help her sleep at night, or maybe hopefully have less nightmares. Like you can't, if there's any way to make sure that you don't fear a person anymore, it is a front row seat to watching that person, go through that. Like he's not going to be the same, obviously.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't kill that guy, but
I think they did, because they blew it up.
They just left him. Oh, they did blow it up.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, they blew it up right after they walked
blew up the
out.
building. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. That's what I thought I remember. I was like, he's not a threat anymore.
But I thought at the end of episode 2, when you see her take that blue vial, I was like, is she doing what I think she's doing? And I thought she was going to, become one with the Force in some manner of speaking.
That's what I thought that was. I wasn't sure what that. Yeah, because that
turned out it's a narcotic.
Yeah, that whole conversation with Luthen about it was afterward, right? Like we didn't know what it was until after. Yeah.
And I thought when Cass came back, I thought something like she took too much, and that was it for her. I think she was just busy, or maybe she was kind of halfway strung out when he arrived home.
Yeah, they keep toying with it. They keep getting us to expect this one thing, and then nope, it's not that. We know you're thinking that because we engineered this scene so you would think that, but it's not that.
Right. I will say one final thing on this is every time we go to Coruscant for this, I'm always thinking of Blade Runner, just because of the way it's shot and some of the. It looks like they used actual model sets,
especially from that apartment, from the view from that apartment. Yep.
Yeah. So I was like, are we doing Blade Runner here? But no, I mean, I just think it's pretty cool seeing more of Coruscant and its a different side of it.
Yeah, mid-level. Yeah, it's like we're used to seeing it from either Mon Mothma's apartment or the Jedi Temple or the Senate building. Like that's all up at the top, and we're seeing it now, like this safe house in the mid levels, and it feels very like dystopian, weird cyber future-y. Yeah, I like that too. All right, quickly, let's touch on two little other arcs here. How about Saw Gerrera and Will?
I was expecting Will to be that body we saw in the trailers, and luckily it wasn't. But I had a feeling that, what was his name? Pluty? I had that suspicion that he was going to be a spy.
I did not know it until he started asking about just one variant. He just like wants to know one variant. I need one. I need to know where we're going so I can focus on one variant of this machine. That's all. Like as soon as he started asking about, I need to know where we're going, I was like, it's you.
Yeah.
You're the spy. But I didn't know before that he was playing his part. But kudos to Saw for figuring that out.
Seriously.
Poor Will. Good God. He's in over his head.
He is. Now he's stuck with Saw. Well, now he's I would say he's inducted into the Saw crew for getting high on the Rhydonium.
Yep, I think he's safer now actually because Saw now sees him as like a Rhydonium like a, you know how like I was friends with some people like there were people in my past who would like get high together, and if people figured out that they like both like to get high, they would get high together, and then they're like they hang out more, and it's like he's like he's my Rhydonium brother. So I think he's actually safer now because he's doing like he's in Saw's good books. I didn't realize how crazy Saw is already. Like I know in Rogue One he's pretty out there, but I didn't realize he was already kind of on that path.
I love how he admitted it too. He's like, "Am I crazy? Yes, I know this."
So maybe he's not. Like that's like I don't remember. Some novel or some quote was like crazy people know they're crazy. I don't remember. Something about that. It's like a catch-22.
Yeah.
What's it called? And then last with him, I love seeing the Cavern Angels like X-wings and like their black and white painted patterns on their ships. It's so cool. It's like a rebel clan. They're like more unified and tight knit than some other units. They're dangerous and chaotic and unpredictable, but they're pretty cool.
Yeah. I love how we figured
out
that we were on Dakar that we saw in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Like I love that it's been confirmed.
Yes. I like that too. That was I was telling my wife, I was like, I've flown a mission here from Star Wars Battlefront 2. There's a space mission on Dakar. Or above Dakar, I guess. There's asteroids.
Yeah.
All right, last arc. Vel and Cinta. I keep wanting to say Sintra. Vel and Cinta. I loved seeing Vel take over the planning of this Gorman's first rebel activity, but I would have bailed on them very early in the process. Like if I'm seeing how unprepared, like how amateur they are, like if they don't respond to as soon as those people start speaking up in the meeting, I'm like, I'm out. You guys can't handle this. This is over. Right. Like you're not gonna be able to successfully pull this off because you can't even follow instructions in a meeting. How are you supposed to follow instructions on an operation against the most powerful organization in the galaxy?
Right. And Cassian saw that too.
Yeah, Cassian wanted out. He was like, they can't handle it. And Luthen was like, I need him to handle it. I'll send someone else.
I I was not expecting that ending.
Mm-mm.
They got me.
Yep. I didn't even see what happened at first. Like, I didn't even see it. I didn't see or know the outcome until I saw Vel running over to the body.
I think that's when everybody knew, because nobody.
Okay.
You just saw
so
the
we
guy
didn't. I didn't
shoot.
miss it. Just no one saw me. We just saw the shot.
We just saw the guy shooting.
Okay.
And then we did all these cuts to like people's faces, and then Vel running. We're like, and then it dawned on me. I was like, I bet I know who that is. As soon as she runs up to it, I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, I really thought it was going to be Bix that died next.
Yeah. I will say I am glad though that Vel and Cinta were able to patch up whatever stuff they had before that happened.
Yep. And
I feel like Vel would have had a lot of regrets.
Yeah. It makes it like better and worse at the same time somehow. It's like it makes it sadder, but it makes it like Vel eventually I feel like will have an easier time recovering, like going through the grief process, knowing that they patched things up.
Yeah.
But it makes it sadder for us as a viewer because we thought they were going to be happy together again.
Yeah.
I should have known. That as soon as they patched things up, I was like, all right, something's going to happen to one of them.
Something's going to happen. I will say, I did like how Vel was just basically telling that guy, she's like, you don't get to cry. You don't get to do this.
You don't get to be weak. You are. Yeah. I expected. I had much harsher words for that guy than what she said.
I would have done something worse in general, just like not gonna be my problem anymore.
Oh yeah, no, same. I would have pieced out. Like the cause, you're not worth it anymore. Like you did this, so this is why Luthen would not hire me.
Right.
But yeah, that was heartbreaking. I am interested to see if Vel is even involved anymore because I feel like Cinta was like part of the reason she was there. Like the weight, like the weight of rebellion versus Vel in Cinta's mind was much more rebellion heavy, but I feel like the weight of Cinta versus the rebellion in Vel's mind was very much Cinta leaning.
I feel like Vel will go in it even harder now. She's like, Cinta wanted this. I'm going to finish what she started.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. Especially like a year later. Like, I feel like she'd be mad. Like, I initially, I feel like if it was me, I'd be furious at the Gormans, furious at Luthen for making this happen, furious at the whole situation and want to wash my hands and go start over somewhere. But after that initial, the anger part of the grief, I feel like I'd be like, yeah, Cinta dedicated her life to this rebellion more than anything else, like even more than me. So this is like I'm going to take up her legacy and do that. I think that makes sense. All right, my last prediction though is that I know I said I think Luthen's going to die. I could go with your input. I could go 50-50 on that. I 100% think that Bix is going to die before the end of the show because I don't think Andor would be Andor in Rogue One if Bix was still alive somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, because we know that Andor pretty much falls in love with what's your face in Rogue One? I forgot her name. Jin, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Kinda. They hugged.
They smooched.
They got emotionally entangled. I would say that.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. Did they kiss at the end of Rogue One?
I think so. I think they kissed at the end of Rogue One, right before.
I know they hugged. I don't remember if they kissed.
I can't remember now.
All right.
It's been a while since I've seen Rogue One.
I know. I'm planning to watch it right after the season of Andor. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, at least they hugged. They're at least emotionally entangled, but just his whole thing of like, he's alone in his struggle, kind of. he's himself. He's full rebellion. He's not going back to be with Bix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the sense that there's anyone else in his life in Rogue One. So I just assume that the only way that character is like that in Rogue One is if Bix is not around.
Yeah. So I feel like the Bix death will happen this coming arc. So that way,
Really? Not the last one?
No, because I feel like the last arc will be Cassian trying to finally hitting that stage where he is at the beginning of Rogue One. Like he's proving himself to be. This is the reason why we send him to that outpost at the beginning of Rogue One.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah,
And
I think he, with his skills beforehand, he quickly becomes probably one of the Rebellion's best agents. Like whatever the mission is, he'll probably freaking do it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts? Episodes 4 through 6.
I guess we could start our rating on this.
Oh yeah. All right. You want to rate the character arcs?
Let's just rate the whole arc in general, the whole story.
Oh, the whole story so far. Okay, go ahead.
Well, the whole 3 episodes, so 4, 5, and 6
okay.
combined. My score, and I've thought about it, but I am going to give it a 7.5. Yeah,
Interesting.
I felt like there wasn't. It was very good. I mean, I did enjoy it. It was kind of hard. I was bouncing between 7.5 and 8. It wasn't a full 10 or anything like that. No one's that ambitious yet. But 7.5 for me, just because I wish there was just a little bit more that I feel like it just more could have been put into it, and maybe slightly.
What do you mean more like more action or more events? Or
I think a little bit more action. I feel like it was more talk heavy, which I don't mind. Now, especially going back from watching the first season over again, I understand the show, but I just wish there was just a little bit more action into it this time around, because we are getting closer and closer to being what the Rebellion is. I just wish there was more action. Maybe they're going to save that for the next couple arcs. Who knows? But really, that half point also goes down because I am a Bail Organa purist. That kind of threw it off for me for just a little bit.
Okay. All right. I accept your rating. However, mine is 9. It's 9
Okay.
EDs. It is exactly every scene. I am simultaneously getting exactly what I wanted out of Andor. Like you said, I understand how the show works now. I know that it's a very slow build, very intense. You can't look away. You gotta pay attention to every look, every conversation, every glance, every moment. Even like camera shots, like or symbolism or things like in the wedding, they're walking around in a circle, and Star Wars Underground put up a post.
Underworld?
I said it again. It's Underworld. Star Wars Underworld put up a post about the symbolism of like they're walking in a circle and the bride is stepping into the circle, and then in the first episode, Andor was like, "I'm here while you're stepping into the circle," and like things like that. Just like you gotta watch it again and pay attention. And I don't know. It's I am simultaneously getting what I want out of it, getting really intense conversations, getting political or logistical information that that I almost miss, and then Andor will be the only survivor of this cast besides Sol and his team. Oh, besides Saw Gerrera and his team. Yeah, I'm kind of of that same mindset. But I think I'm getting everything I want, plus I'm getting surprised. I'm getting intense conversations. I'm getting like details of things. I'm getting all this background information that I have to pay attention to really deconstruct and put into context. And then also they're like, nope, Bix is not committing this horrible thing. She's actually going with Cassian and strengthening her position. And like I thought she was deteriorating, weakening. No, she's strengthening the position. And then they're like, oh, Cyril is doing this thing that makes sense. You think maybe he and Dedra are splitting? No, it's actually this other thing. Like they're deceiving his mom and everyone who's listening. Oh, also Dedra's also deceiving Cyril, and I'm like, so I'm good. I it misses this last Edie for me because for the same reason I was hoping by the end there would be some sort of by the end of this 3-episode arc that there would be some kind of action, some kind of big, and there was the little thing on Gorman, like they're trying to do the thing, they're trying to rob the transport, but the Empire knew it was going to happen, so they just let it happen, and so it wasn't, the stakes weren't even that high. So that's, and I want the stakes to be high, and they will get there. I have full trust that they will get there. That's why my rating is like full 9 EDs, but I'm impatient. I want it.
Yeah, same. What would be your score for the last 3 episodes?
Nice. 9.5.
All right, yeah, I was kind of right there. I was like, I actually enjoy the first 3 episodes. Those were really good.
Yeah. There's also it's a little unfair because those are also the and I'm literally only doing 9.5 because it feels weird to give a 10. Like I feel like I'm gonna have to save the 10 for the finale or the next 3. So that's the only reason I'm not gonna. But the first 3, there's the bias of like we haven't seen Andor in several years. We're all anticipating it. They launched into the story so quick, and it was great. And we all, I feel like it's, when you're really hungry, you're starving, and then whatever food you eat tastes really good. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's that type of bias for those first 3 episodes. We were all just watching it with joy in our hearts for those whole 2.5 hours. So I feel like it's unfair to compare, but so all right, that was Andor. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'll say, so as it stands, both of us combined, our score for the episodes 4, 5, and 6 rates it at, and I wish I had thought about this, is an 8.25.
Oh, is that that's the average?
That's the average.
Okay. You can put those in. A quarter of her face.
Yeah. Last 3 episodes, we actually averaged at 9.5.
9.5? Because that's yours too? Nice.
Yep.
Good. So many EDs. All right. That is our discussion on episodes 4 through 6 of Andor Season 2. Last but not least, we are going to move to Star Wars trivia. And as always, Marty has a Star Wars trivia challenge. How many questions? Just 1 or 2?
Just one. Just one.
Just one question, but it has to do with Andor Season 2.
Feel free to post your response to the question in the comments if you want to. Just let us know if you got it right or wrong at the end.
Yeah, don't worry about spoiling it in the comments for anybody. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So today's question is: Mon Mothma and Orson Krennic have been taught 2 different versions of what battle? And when I'm talking about this, it was that scene of them at that party where they're going through the artifacts.
God.
Is it A, the Battle of Carmine, B, Battle of Tanu, C, Battle of Balmora, or D, Battle of Scarif?
Man. Okay, I know it's not the Battle of Scarif because that didn't happen yet, but I don't remember what they were talking about. I was too stressed out about Clea getting the listening device. Oh, God.
Any wild guess?
Yeah, A, Carmine. I feel like I heard if I had to pick a word that I think I heard in the episodes, it would be Carmine over the other two.
You'd be right.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Went with the gut.
Yeah, so they talk about it, and Krennic's like, I've learned about this at the ISB Academy, and they taught us all about this. And Mon Mothma's like, well, that's not what I was taught. This is actually what happened. And then Krennic's like, yeah, by rebellious people who lie.
Yeah, I feel like I need to go back and rewatch. At least was that episode 6? That was the last one.
Yeah, it was episode 6. It was that time where she was trying to get the bug out, the listening device.
I think I do want to almost every scene where there's fancy people doing fancy things. I feel like I need to go back and listen to those conversations again, because there's no way I caught everything. Like I missed stuff like glances or references, Easter eggs. Like, and I was, like I said, I was so focused on her trying to get that bug out. I was so stressed for both of them. Like I feel for that guy. What's his name? The lieutenant.
Lonnie.
I feel for that guy. Man, he is stuck, and he knows he wants to do the right thing, but he's also trying to protect his family. And he is just, and he's still doing the right thing, and he's helping, and he's, and trying to navigate all of that when he's clearly not as like dark of a person as Luthen. He can't just brush off all this morality. Like, I feel for him. Anyway, we are at an hour 16, so I'm gonna wrap this up. We hope you enjoy what we're doing here. We know Star Wars fandom and comment sections can sometimes get dark, toxic. Doesn't have to be that way. We're trying to bring fun and positivity to the Star Wars side of the internet. Remember, there are more of us. Again, if you have anything for us, questions, requests, suggestions. Oh my God, what did I just say? Questions, requests, suggestions for segments, anything at all, throw them in the comments and we will see what we can do. Don't forget to follow us at SW Culture Live and follow us individually. Our handles are right here at Nerdy Stepdad and at Marty21794. Kit Basher, may the force be with you. May the force be with you as well. Until next time, we will be here next week at 7 p.m. next Wednesday to talk about the next few Andor episodes that come out next Tuesday night. Maybe I'll do what you did and watch them on Wednesday instead of Tuesday, because I feel like I'm so excited and I start at 9. Maybe I'll watch like one at 9 and then and then the other two the next day, so I'm not tired and tipsy when I see them. But anyway, check us out next week right here, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching. Have a good night, and may the force be with you.